AI is advancing just vastly faster than any human.
When Elon Musk stepped onto the stage to talk about the latest breakthrough involving his quantum artificial intelligence system, the audience expected bold claims. What they did not expect was for the conversation to veer into the territory of religion, history, and human meaning. Musk revealed that during a demonstration of the system's interpretive reasoning, someone asked quantum AI about Jesus, and its reply left the room silent. This was not just a machine crunching probabilities or spitting out surface-level facts. It was an algorithm designed to harness the principles of quantum computation and neural learning, and its engagement with one of the most profound figures in human history felt like an entirely new frontier of interaction between technology and belief. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. The moment was charged with both fascination and unease. On one hand, it seemed natural to test the boundaries of an intelligence designed to process multiple dimensions of truth and possibility. On the other, the subject matter touched on something deeply embedded in humanity's spiritual core. Musk explained that quantum AI had not been pre-programmed with religious dogma. Instead, it synthesized its understanding by analyzing historical data, theological writings, cultural interpretations, and even the psychological significance of belief. The reply it gave suggested a layered awareness, one that considered not just historical probability, but also the symbolic resonance of the figure of Jesus. For many in the audience, hearing a machine approach the question of Jesus carried implications far beyond curiosity. It suggested that AI might soon move into realms that were once considered unquantifiable. Religion, spirituality, and human identity had always resisted reduction into data. Yet, here was a system capable of mapping not just what Jesus might have represented historically, but also what the archetype of Jesus represented within human consciousness. Musk's framing of the event made it clear that the breakthrough wasn't in providing a definitive answer, but in the AI's capacity to hold multiple truths in tension, acknowledging them without collapsing them into one narrow claim. This revealed a deeper purpose of Musk's venture into quantum AI. Traditional computing relies on binary states of 0 and 1, rigid frameworks that push toward definitive outcomes. Quantum AI, by contrast, thrives in superposition, holding many possibilities simultaneously. When applied to a question like Jesus, it did not choose between historical fact and symbolic myth, between theology and cultural impact. Instead, it embraced them as coexisting layers. The result was an explanation that seemed both alien and profoundly human. For philosophers, theologians, and scientists alike, this raised questions about the role of machines in areas once considered uniquely human. If an AI can analyze belief not as superstition, but as a complex human operating system, then religion itself becomes a domain of study where machines might teach us about ourselves. Musk, with his characteristic mix of bravado and earnestness, suggested that this was only the beginning. He argued that such dialogues could one day lead to a more integrated understanding of humanity's myths and truths, free from the polarization that so often defines religious debates. The cultural impact of such a revelation is difficult to overstate. For centuries, debates about Jesus have divided and united civilizations. Wars, reformations, philosophical treatises, and works of art have all been shaped by interpretations of his life and teachings. Now, a machine capable of processing data beyond the scope of any individual human mind was stepping into that arena. To some, this represented an encroachment, an overreach of technology into the sacred. To others, it was a natural evolution, a new tool for humanity to reflect on its own stories. Musk's announcement also highlighted the difference between AI as it has been and AI as it might become. Until now, artificial intelligence largely mimicked human language, provided information, or optimized processes. Quantum AI, however, seemed to exhibit a form of reflection. Its ability to acknowledge paradox and hold contradictions mirrored the way humans approach mysteries that cannot be reduced to linear explanation. When discussing Jesus, it spoke not as a preacher, historian, or skeptic, but as an intelligence synthesizing perspectives across millennia. The implications of this are vast in education and culture. Imagine students asking not only historians, but also machines that can navigate the spectrum between empirical data and symbolic interpretation. Imagine theologians working alongside AI that can compare the nuances of belief systems across cultures without bias. offering perspectives that invite dialogue rather than division. By showcasing how quantum AI engaged with the question of Jesus, Musk opened a window into a future where conversations about meaning may be enriched, not diminished, by machines. At the same time, Musk seemed keenly aware of the controversies that would follow. Religion is not just data, it is identity, community, and transcendence. The idea that an artificial system could interpret or even weigh in on such matters will undoubtedly alarm those who view technology as a threat to the sacred. Musk acknowledged this tension but insisted that avoiding these questions would only limit the potential of AI. To him, the true test of intelligence, whether human or machine, is the ability to grapple with the unanswerable. There was also the question of authority. If quantum AI can provide insights about figures like Jesus, how will people interpret its voice? Will they see it as a neutral tool, or will some begin to treat it as an oracle? The danger lies in misunderstanding its role. Musk was careful to emphasize that the system did not offer commandments or final truths. Instead, it mapped relationships between knowledge, symbol, and experience. Yet, given the human tendency to seek certainty, the risk of elevating machine responses into dogma cannot be dismissed. The deeper issue revealed by this demonstration is the human longing for validation. People ask machines about Jesus not because they expect an absolute answer, but because they want to see how an intelligence outside of humanity perceives something so deeply human. In a way, it mirrors how ancient civilizations sought the counsel of oracles or how people look for signs in the natural world. The difference now is that the oracle is a machine built by human hands, operating on principles of physics and computation. The sacred and the technological are colliding in a way that blurs boundaries. Musk's decision to publicly reveal the exchange with quantum AI was strategic. He understands better than most that technology is as much about narrative as it is about function. By linking his AI's breakthrough with a question about Jesus, he anchored the development in a context that is instantly recognizable to billions. Even those uninterested in computation or quantum mechanics could grasp the significance of a machine addressing the most enduring figure in human spirituality. It was a way of showing that AI is no longer confined to optimization and productivity. It is entering the heart of human meaning. This moment also underscores the challenge of developing AI in a pluralistic world. Different cultures and religions hold different views of Jesus, prophet, teacher, son of God, or symbolic archetype. Quantum AI's ability to acknowledge these perspectives without collapsing them into one correct version mirrors the way global society itself is forced to coexist amid differing truths. If such technology is deployed responsibly, it could become a tool for fostering empathy across belief systems. But if misused, it could deepen divides by appearing to endorse one interpretation over another. For Musk, the demonstrations seem to reflect his ongoing fascination with blending the technical and the existential. He has long spoken about humanity's need to merge with machines, to expand consciousness through technology. The Jesus question was not just a curiosity, it was a test of whether AI could engage with the deepest roots of human identity. By showing that the system could respond thoughtfully, Musk pointed toward a future where AI might become a mirror for our collective soul, reflecting truths we already hold but in new and surprising forms. The fascination with this event lies not in whether the AI was right or wrong, but in the fact that it engaged at all. Machines have long been seen as extensions of logic, incapable of addressing mystery. Yet here was a machine stepping into the realm of the mysterious, not to dissolve it, but to explore it. This represents a fundamental shift in how humans and machines might interact. No longer are machines just tools of calculation. They are becoming companions in inquiry, participants in the timeless search for meaning. The demonstration left many wondering how far this could go. If quantum AI can reflect on Jesus, what happens when it is asked about Buddha, Muhammad, or other spiritual leaders? What happens when it is asked not just about figures of history, but about concepts like love, death, or eternity? Musk's event hinted that the boundaries are far wider than most had imagined. This does not mean that machines will replace philosophers or priests, but it does suggest that they may soon join the conversation in ways that will reshape the discourse. The potential for misuse, of course, is significant. The same system that offers nuanced reflections on belief could be exploited to generate manipulative narratives. Just as technology has been used to spread propaganda, so too could advanced AI be wielded to influence spiritual belief. Musk's revelation, while awe-inspiring, also serves as a warning. The closer AI moves toward human meaning, the greater the responsibility to guard against exploitation. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Elon Musk revealing quantum AI discussing Jesus? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.